Hi everyone. Hey, it's Sunday afternoon. I'm in the middle of watching my Colts play Kansas City, and it's halftime, so I thought I would share with you a tag that I've been working on. And let me get my things about right. I got the idea from Kate Palmer of Sparkle Tart, and it's a tag that she's put glitter on and she's embossed. And it was originally for like a Halloween theme, but I've been playing around with it as a Christmas theme. So, but you know, I kind of don't really care for this colored glitter, so I thought maybe we would do it together. And I want to use a clear glitter, and I'm going to use the Distress Clear Rock Candy instead of colored glitter. So first of all, what we need to do is I've got the Christmas Relief Distress Ink. So I've got Ice Spruce, Evergreen Bough, and Festive Berries. And I'm going to use my ink pads and just color, you know, use my straight directly to paper on my tag. Choose the Festive Berries next. And you can see that this is pretty rough, but that's okay, because we're going to fix it. Okay, now my Evergreen Bough. Now yes, you could use stains for this. So now I'm going to put some of my 3 inks out here on my craft sheet. I'm not really mixing them together, kind of keeping them separate. I'm going to spritz some water to wet the ink, and then I'm going to take my tag and I'm just going to kind of place it here in the inks, and that's going to take away the areas that looked rough. But again, we have a lot more to do for this, so this is okay. So I'm going to dry this real quickly. Then I'm going to take some tarnished brass distress stains, and I'm going to put it out here. I'm going to spritz it with water to liquefy it, and then I'm going to put my tag in it again, just randomly here and there, so that I can get a glitz on there. And I'm going to dry again. I think it's pretty important that you have this tag pretty dry for the next steps. So now I'm using one of the border embossing folders from the Sizzix Alterations line, and it comes with this embossing folder, the Christmas Subway Art one. I forget what its real name is, but I'll put it in the notes. So I'm going to grab my Big Shot, and I lost my stuff under there. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use my platform with the first tab, my sheets, and then I'm going to position my tag where I want it to emboss. And run it through. Okay, so we've got a border embossed, and I'm going to set this down for a moment We're going to need it again in a minute. And I'm going to take my evergreen bough and I'm going to ink over where that border was embossed, and that brings it out. Okay, and while I'm doing it, I'm going to ink the edges with the same thing, and that's another reason to have this tag as dry as you can, because you want to be able to ink the edges. Okay, and then if you like, you can put a little vintage photo on there as well. And this edge of my tag isn't dry, as dry as it should be, so it's kind of folding on me. So I'll probably have to do some of that inking later on that edge. Okay. Now I'm going to take this embossing folder, and I've used it and I haven't cleaned it off yet, but you do want to clean it off after each use. I'm going to take the Ranger embossing dabber. I'm going to prime it so that you get the flow going. And then you want to, while squeezing, you want to apply it to your folder. Make sure you get it on there. You want to get enough so that you get enough sticky. So I'm squeezing as I'm applying. And then I'm going to use this side to position where I want my tag to be. So I don't want my border in it to be re-embossed, so I'm going to have to pull it down a little ways. And I want to get the whole joy word in there, so I'm going to position that. Okay, now I'm going to run it back through my Big Shot again. Okay, now we can put this down out of the way. Okay, so now we have that embossed. Don't forget to clean that folder off. I'm going to get my coffee filter out here, and I'm going to be using the Ranger Sticky Embossing Powder. Before I do that, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to anchor my hands on that border and on the circle, and I'm just going to kind of very lightly go over and make sure that my raised letters are as free as possible of that embossing ink. Okay, now I'm going to pour it over. Get rid of the extra. I have my TV on mute right now, and the game has resumed, and the Colts just scored a touchdown. Yay! It's so hard not to scream. So I'm just going to say yay on camera. So I'm going to make sure that again, that my letters don't have the sticky embossing powder on them because I want my letters to show through. So I'm taking a small paintbrush and cleaning that up a little bit. Just very lightly go over it because you don't want to remove it from underneath. I've found that some of the glitter does stick to those letters no matter how hard I try to get it off of there. So that's why I've decided this time to go with a clear glitter, the Distressed Clear Rock Candy, and I've lost it again. Well, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to put this in, first I'm going to heat emboss the sticky powder, and then I'm going to immediately put my glitter on because you need to do it while it's warm, still warm. So I'm going to go ahead and take my lid off of this glitter. Okay, I've embossed it, it's warm. I'm going to go ahead and pour my glitter. And now I'm going to take a piece of paper, fold it over, and press down so I can get the maximum amount of glitter to stick to my sticky embossing powder. Okay, yeah, I like that idea a lot better of using the clear glitter, because as I showed you over in the other tag, it really kind of obliterates what you've done before. And yes, we only do want the letters to show through, but a lot of my letters didn't show through. So I'm doing it with the Clear Rock Candy glitter. And I'm going to take that brush again and clean it off. I'm going to use my hands as well. And if you're still not satisfied, you can also lightly sand. Bring your letters out. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my Festive Berries and my ink applicator, and I'm going to go over the letters again to bring them out. Okay, so you've got one where you've got a lot of glitter showing, or one where you've just got kind of a shine, and then you can embellish them with I've got a couple of reindeer embellishments. I've got a wreath that I can put on there as well. And then I took a piece of ribbon and I stained it with my Festive Berries stain, and you can see I cleaned my hands off and scrubbed them with the Ranger Scrubby, with this Ranger Scrubby twice, but I still have some stain on there, so be prepared for that. So then I want to put my ribbon in. You're going to want to use your glossy accents adhesive to adhere these heavy metal charms on. You can use some enameled tags like I did last week, ones that say 25, or some bingo markers or something, and put that on there for 20, and if you got the number 25. And you're all ready again, and I have a sentiment over here that I had stamped already, and you can just put that right on there with some pop dots, and you've got another tag. And it can of course be used after they open the gift as an ornament for the tree. So I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. The Colts are ahead 20-7. I'm happy. I'll see you next week. Bye.